Hello everyone. Every day we see new headlines about the effect of COVID-19 has on the industry. It has put us all in a state of uncertainty about the job market and industry prospects. But this isn't the first time we have faced this situation. Back in 2008, it was a similar situation when the recession happened. Nobody knew what the future was going to be like. But if you look back, you will know that the industry bounced back. That is because we focused upon the technologies of the future, to make a better decision. Technovids has introduced the right skills, to be learned for the upcoming future. It is to help professionals learn the right skills in their domain and future-proof their career. We have launched sets of different skills, which will be in great demand for the near future. Technovids has been ranked one of the best institutes, with exceptional faculty, dedicated learning support, a comprehensive curriculum and career assistance. The program is designed for working professionals and freshers as online instructor-led training. A dedicated learning and development company, Technovids. Join now, to be the change.
So now what exactly is cloud computing? Now suppose, let's take example of maybe you want to open up a company. So now to run your company, suppose you are even if you open up a small manufacturing company, so you will need some computer systems to manage your work. And when there are computer systems, you will need some when we talk about IT system, we need servers. Suppose now you want when you have suppose even if you have a small manufacturing company, still you will not give individual laptops, means the laptops as in the machine. As in like your username will be something @xyz.com, something like that, right? To log into the systems. Rather than providing directly local login, we will provide them the login which we can track from a centralized system. So we will need some server, we will need a server room. If we have servers, we will need hard disks for those servers. We will need the data center for that, right? Yes. So if I'm not wrong, at least one room will be required completely for the server system and the networking. Yes. Okay. So the routers you will need. So there will be like a lot of overhead to that. The entire infrastructure needs to be there. That is called the infrastructure. The server that you will need, the router for running the systems, as in like for creating a centralized system. Yes. Okay, you will need the networking devices to create the network within your company, so that people from outside should not be able to see what is there inside your company, what is the data of your company, right? That is why the server system, on-premises server system was there. So there is a lot of you will need data disks, you will need big hard disks, you will need entire networking system, you will need servers. So there will be a lot of cost involved in that, right? Yes, for building infrastructure. Exactly. So suppose now you want one server for maybe if there is a IT department in your company, there will be one server for IT department. Then there will be another server rack, complete rack for HR department. There will be one complete server rack to making the things public, the information that we want to share it public. Okay. So just think about how many physical hardware will be required. So to solve that, we came up with virtualization. Remember, we worked till now. We have done everything through Oracle VirtualBox. Yes. Oracle VirtualBox. It is also called as virtual computing. So it is like we were virtualizing our host system. Yes. We were virtualizing our one physical system into multiple virtual systems, right? Yes. So that is what we were currently doing. But now what has happened, we don't even want a single server rack in our company. We don't want it. We want everything from cloud. Okay, networking devices will be required to set up a proper network throughout the company, but we don't want server racks, too many server racks. Suppose even if we want one server rack just for the IT help desk department, but we don't want any further server racks. Maybe for the limited use, we can have small server rack, right? Very server with limited functionalities, with limited so cloud has removed that need to have your server system to make sure that you are delivering the services that you want to your clients. So what cloud does now, suppose if I talk about Amazon, what they do, they have launched Amazon Web Services. Now the machine that we were creating in our Oracle VirtualBox, the machines that we were creating, the network that we were connecting in our Oracle box.
Yes.
So now what we are doing, we can create that entire virtual machine in cloud through internet. We are using this Gmail. Suppose this Gmail, we don't have any software involved with it, right?
Yes.
We are not installing any software to open this mailbox.
Yes.
Just over internet using any browser, we are without the involvement of any special software or hypervisor. We can create the machines on the go over cloud. And see, now another thing. Suppose now you wanted, maybe suppose you are a company who does the payroll system for other companies. Now to have your own server rack, to have your own data systems, to have your own data center, it will be quite a costly affair. So now suppose payroll, suppose your job is just to take care of payroll once in a month, or maybe even twice in a month.
Yes.
Okay. So whatever, suppose your job is just once or twice in a month to process some data, but you will be keeping the entire hardware for throughout your life, right? You cannot sell that hardware and buy that. You cannot do that repetitively, right? You will need that hardware throughout the life. You will be keeping that hardware throughout the life, whether you need it on daily basis or not. Still, you are incurring the cost of that hardware. Now, in cloud, what it is, pay as you go. The system is pay as you go. Till the time you need the virtual machine, till the time you need the server, use it. And when you are done, you terminate it. You will not be charged. You will be charged only till the time you are using it. That is the best part of cloud. You don't need to incur the overhead of cost of maintenance. Now suppose you have of them, you will need the resources to manage them. But now if you talk about cloud, so in cloud, you are not paying anyone, you are not hiring any resources who will be managing the physical servers. Rather, even if you hire one cloud resource, if you have a small company, even if you hire one cloud resource, it will do, because you don't need to manage the physical servers now. The management overhead is gone from your end. The management is not there. Lifetime cost is not there, right? So now when we talk about servers, see, if you see in my screen, Dell update, the system has been updated, right? We need to update it again and again. We get a lot of updates in systems. So even if you manage servers, you have to manage the updates. You have to keep updating your systems so that your security is tight, so that your security doesn't get compromised. Your system is up to date with the latest services coming in.
Yes.
So you have to. We did not manage all those things. The cloud service provider will manage those things. The updating the systems, managing infrastructure, the physical infrastructure, and from where they are making it available, it's completely up to them.
Yes.
We also managing the physical hardware. It is completely on the cloud service provider. We are just bothered about our computing needs. I want, suppose I need a system which can do a problem. There is a problem with maybe a data science problem. Suppose there is almost 1 terabyte of data that needs to be analyzed, and some reports needs to be generated. Some insights need to be generated. So to process that 1 terabyte of data, the system that I need, I can easily spin that up in my AWS console. In cloud, I can simply spin up the system. I can input the data. I'll get what I need. Right? I don't have overhead to maintain that system. I don't have the overhead to incur the cost of that system throughout my life. Just for the timing when I need, I will spin it up and I will remove it. Now just take example of the training that I'm doing. When I will be jumping into AWS, I don't need any physical system. I don't need to buy any physical system.
Yes.
Right? Now if I go ahead and buy any physical system, suppose if I go ahead and buy a Linux license or maybe anything with respect to the training.
Yes.
Suppose if I go ahead and buy software, if I buy any system, I will have to pay almost 10-20,000 for that, right? If I go ahead with any of the systems to train you with. But the same, I will be doing it through cloud. So there will be no cost involved. Easily I can show you how to use it in cloud. Easily I can show you how we spin up the resources in cloud. So even you don't need to be now if I am here, I am spinning up my machine, I am using a server. So the same thing you can do. I don't need to provide you any resources. You can do it on your own from where you are. The portability, the flexibility of accessing the systems from wherever you are.
Yes.
That can be only provided by cloud. Right?
Yes.
So, cloud, if we talk about, for us, there is no physical infrastructure involved. But for the provider, like the cloud provider, maybe Amazon or Google or Microsoft or Taviska, there are many cloud providers. Even IBM has their own cloud. So for them, there is physical hardware involved because they are using their physical hardware to provide us the services that we want over cloud.
Okay.
Anyways, there are physical hardware involved, but end users need not worry about this. Only the providers need to worry about that.
Yes.
Now, Amazon, how they are providing the resources, they have multiple data centers in multiple locations. Data center as in the entire server, which will have the entire IT system physical infrastructure. And from servers to networking devices to hard disks, whatever you talk about, whatever you can think of an IT hardware system, they have all the resources. Those combinedly they are called as data center. They have like one data center in US, multiple data centers in US. They have one data center in India. So they have distributed their data centers across the globe, so that now sitting in India, if they provide me the services through physical hardware of US, how much of latency will be there? Just to access one system, just to spin up one computer system, it will take me almost 5-10 minutes just to access it. Spinning will, yes, it will take a lot of time, right?
Yes.
If we talk about the computer games, if you know about Counter-Strike, so we preferred very high-end computing systems and we preferred a very high internet speed when we want to lag. पता चला कोई इधर मेरे सिस्टम में लैग है, मेरा नेटवर्क हार्डली 10 Mbps स्पीड वाला नेटवर्क है, कोई मुझे हेडशॉट मार के चला गया, मुझे पता भी नहीं चला. We talk about the complete computing system. It will need a lot of bandwidth, right?
Yes.
Now accessing that computer system with so much of bandwidth that is in US, still there will be some lag.
Yes.
So they have their data center in India as well. So for Indian users, they have data center from India, which they provide us the resources, through which they provide us the resources.
Okay.
Okay. So they have centers in multiple locations. So this is how cloud computing helps us to reduce the cost. Cost is not head. The cost of infrastructure is not in our head now. The physical infrastructure. We don't need to worry about the resources. We don't have to worry about the resources. Resource management, so that they can manage our infrastructure. We don't need to worry about that. That is removed. We don't have to worry about the resources who will maintain our infrastructure, like updating them, checking them. We don't need to be worried about that.
Yes.
So whatever disadvantages were there with the physical infrastructure for the companies, that has been solved by
Cloud computing.
Yes, cloud computing. Cloud, let's just go through it once. Cloud computing is a kind of internet-based computing that provides shared processing resources and data to computers and other devices on demand.
Yes.
As on demand, you demand, you get it. It is a model for enabling ubiquitous on-demand access to a shared pool of configurable computing resources. Now let's talk about, in cloud, when you are spinning up a computer system, when you are spinning up a server, either you can spin up in a private, private resource. Spin it up as a private resource, having a private infrastructure, as in there will be the physical infrastructure that the cloud service provider will use to give you the service.
Yes.
Will be completely dedicated for you.
Okay.
No other client will be provided the infrastructure over cloud using the same physical infrastructure.
Okay.
That is the private. Okay. But you need not worry about the infrastructure, the physical. You will be getting everything over cloud, but completely isolated from other users.
Okay.
One is shared, where the same physical infrastructure will be shared with multiple users. Like they will be sharing the same server rack to provide the virtual resources to maybe hundreds of users.
Yes.
Okay, that is the shared resource concept. Personal computers.
Yes.
Now, suppose if we talk about BPOs, in some of the BPOs, what they do, they don't provide personal systems. They use the same system. Now, companies, you will see the desktop systems that they provide. They are completely dedicated to one resource.
Yes.
You can go ahead and log in with that in that system using your username.
Yes.
So those are shared. But now, if I talk about my home system, that is completely dedicated to me. Nobody is going to use it apart from me, right?
Yes.
So that is how it fits here. So that is what a shared resource that it is being talked here.
Yes.
Okay. So now, cloud computing is the result of evolution and adoption of existing technologies and paradigm. The goal of cloud computing is to allow users to take benefit from all these technologies. Now, just think about you want, suppose your company wants both Microsoft and Red Hat products.
Yes.
Company needs both the products. Microsoft products they need Red Hat products, they need Oracle products. So now just think if you have to purchase all the licenses one by one. So it will be quite a costly affair, right?
Yes, it will be costly.
You will not, you know that you will not be using them all the time.
Yes.
For every day for 1 or 2 hours you will be needing them.
Yes.
So now cloud will help you do that.
Okay.
Need not incur the cost for lifetime. You can use the services provided by cloud, use them when you want, move them when you want.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
See, the main technology that has helped to grow cloud computing, the main concept which has helped cloud computing to grow is the virtualization,
Yes.
right? Anyways, here we are talking about the virtual servers.
Virtual servers.
Just the difference is they are virtualized over cloud.
Yes.
Through internet you are accessing them, right?
Yes.
Let's talk about the benefits.
Benefit.
So now resource creation and disposal is completely in your hand.
Yes.
With minimum time, with very less time you can do that.
Yes.
A layman user can do that. You don't need very high-end resources for that. Cost reduction, obviously you are not incurring the cost for the particular physical infrastructure. Wherever you will be keeping the infrastructure, like the server room or the data center, the what do you say, the cost of that particular place, the
For a
cost of
lifetime.
the land or the rent for that particular place you have to pay. So you have
Yes.
that device and location independence. I can use my phone to access the systems over cloud.
Yes.
I can access them from anywhere via internet, right? Maintenance, I don't need to be worried about the maintenance. My cloud provider takes care of that.
Yes.
Performance will be obviously good and monitored by the clouds provider.
Yes. Yes.
Multi-tenancy, of course there will be multi-tenancy. There you can create large pool of users. Reliability, it is reliable, of course. You don't have the headache of thinking that what if my system goes down.
Yes.
Cloud provider will have to worry about that, and he needs to provide the best that he can.
Yes.
Elasticity, whenever you want. Now think about the server rack.
Okay.
If you want to increase RAM in your system, let's talk about your computer system. But
Yes.
we were playing with the virtual systems. Did we do that?
No.
And if we talk about cloud, the same thing applies to cloud. You can easily scale up your system. Scale up as in upgrade your systems.
Upgrade the system.
Exactly.
As per need.
As per need. Now there are deployment models in cloud.
Okay.
There is one public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud.
Okay.
Okay.
Public.
Public, private, and hybrid. Yes, exactly. Private means the cloud only for your company.
Yes.
And hybrid means now where hybrid comes into picture. Suppose the company that you own, they have already purchased the infrastructure. You
Okay.
already have your own private cloud,
Huh.
which your company has developed.
Yes.
Okay. Now, but you want to also, as per the client needs, you also want to use the public cloud like AWS or Google or Azure. So you want a mix of both, the public cloud and the private cloud. You want the mix of both, the mix connectivity.
Okay.
So that, but that should be so secure that even if you're accessing that cloud through your private cloud, your private cloud should not be compromised. Neither data in your public cloud should be compromised. We have to create a tunneling between them.
Yes.
Between my computer systems, which is in my company, and between the systems which is over cloud.
Yes.
So this entire thing, when we set it up, when we mix up both the things, the private and the public, then it becomes hybrid cloud. When I am using my infrastructure and cloud together in combination to provide the required services to the end users, then it is termed as hybrid cloud.
Hybrid cloud.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's see what else you need to know.
One community cloud was also there.
Let's see what it is. A type of cloud hosting in which setup is manually shared between many organizations to a particular community. Okay. Now, especially for banks, if we talk about especially the banks, whichever banks there are, community as in the companies which share the which are into same type of business, like the banks, like HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank. So they will be requiring similar type of infrastructure, right? They will be requiring similar type of resources. So this is called a community where the business is very common, the requirements are very common. So the cloud they will be sharing in isolated manner. Means HDFC will not have access to the ICICI data. ICICI will not have access to HDFC data, but they will be sharing a common cloud. Okay, they will have the cloud which will the resources, the similar resources they need. The computing resources that both company will need, it will be similar in similar in configurations, right? Because
Yes.
both will need the resources for banking. So that is why that particular type of cloud is called community cloud.
Community cloud.
Yes. Now let's talk about the anatomy of cloud stack. What is there in cloud stack? Application layer is there. Now what cloud can provide you? Let us talk about the services that cloud can provide you. Cloud can provide you software as a service. Let's take example of Gmail.
Yes.
That is also cloud.
Yes.
Let me show you the example what I mean by that. Where is it visible?
Means 1.4 GB left.
Here.
Yes.
This mean they are providing you a limited usage.
Yes.
How are they able to track? Because it is over cloud and they are tracking it. Right?
Yes.
We are not installing a software named Gmail.
Yes.
Testing it over cloud. So this is the best example of software as a service.
Software as a service.
Yes. Now the there is one other service called as platform as a service. Now what does platform as a service means? Now if I talk about the data systems, now let's take example of maybe banks. If we take example of banks, will have a lot to store, right? They will need a lot of data to store. Where exactly the data is stored? In the database systems.
Database systems.
Now being a software developer, now suppose you are a software developer, you are developing an application. So while developing an application also you will need the database system.
Yes.
You can connect it to your service,
Yes.
to your application. You will need a database system, but you will not need that very high-end database system. It doesn't make sense of purchasing one database software or anything, any physical hardware for that. So you just want, why do you want a database system? Because you want to develop some scripts which you need for the databases.
Yes.
Right? So there, when the user is entering his data in your application, you need some software you need some code to run behind the system which will store that data in some data system. Table it will be storing it. So to make that happen, you just need to develop the code which can make that happen.
Yes.
So just for developing the data code, how will you do that? Will you go ahead and purchase the complete database system? No.
No.
This is where cloud comes into picture. They allow you to create one database over the cloud.
Okay.
A platform where you will develop what you want. A platform to develop the code that you want. You test and develop and test the code that you want in your application. So that is a platform. So when we talk about the platform that cloud provides, that is called platform as a service. Cloud is not giving you the platform. They are not giving you the physical infrastructure involved with that. They are providing you as a service. Develop your, terminate it. So they are providing platform as a service as well. Now, suppose you want to create a machine. I don't want to mess up my computer system, my personal computer system. I want to do all the tests, all the training through a cloud system, right? I'll be doing all. I'll be installing all the softwares when we start DevOps, when we install Ansible, when we install Docker. I will not install it in my local system. Why should I mess up with it? I'll use cloud. I'll use cloud to create one computer system.
Oracle.
Yeah, like a Linux machine that I will create, like Windows machine that I'll create on cloud.
Yes.
So when we talk about a computer system, remember we talked that we need network, we need hard disk, we need this infrastructure is required.
Yes, this
infrastructure. So, but when cloud is providing you the machine, they are providing the infrastructure, not physical infrastructure, but the service.
Service like
my infrastructure service.
Data.
Not storing data, like creating the machine on cloud. So they are giving you the entire infrastructure over cloud as a service. You terminate it.
Yes.
It's called infrastructure as a service. Okay. So there are these three major services that cloud provides us. SaaS, which is software as a service. PaaS, which is platform as a service. IaaS, which is infrastructure as a service. Or you can also say storage as a service. Storage as a service also cloud provides us. How? If you see your phone, you use Google Photos, right?
Yes.
You perform backup every day of photos you click. They are going on the cloud.
Yes.
So they are helping you store your data. So they are providing you storage as a service.
Yes.
So these are the, this is an additional layer in infrastructure itself. So we can say in a broader spectrum, we can say there are three major services: IaaS, SaaS, and PaaS.
Okay.
In detailed spectrum, if we talk about, then we can say there are four major services. SaaS, PaaS, not four, there are many. Let me talk about the list here. PaaS, PaaS, SaaS, SaaS, IaaS, infrastructure as a service, storage as a service, then
network as a service,
security as a service. They all provide security as a service, network as a service. So they are helping us to virtualize our environment, right?
Yes.
Hypervisor as a service.
Okay.
So almost everything, whichever physically we needed, they are providing it as a service over cloud.
Yes.
So this is how cloud is helping us. And this is the only reason why companies are moving towards cloud. And this is the only reason why cloud has become so famous and why cloud resources are very highly paid.
Yes.
Now, let me show you the cloud which we are going to learn. So this is the cloud which we are going to learn, AWS.
Okay.
Amazon Web Services.